Everybody, good evening. This is Arpita here, and today we'll be solving a set of questions on queries and subqueries. So, before we get into these all questions, let me just get through the concepts of subqueries and correlated subqueries. So, subquery is nothing but when you have a table and you need to check the values using an other statement, wherein you need to make another select statement. That is where you use the subquery. So, for example, this is my table and I need all the customers whose ID will have the salary greater than 4,500. So what do I do for that? I'm going to say select star from customers, which is my normal query, and where ID, I should check for which IDs the salary is greater than 4,500. So I cannot execute it in a single line. So here comes the concept of subqueries. So I say in select ID from customers where salary is greater than 4,500. And this in operator can also be replaced by equal to, but not over here. It depends on the cases. The bracket over here returns the value. So these value returned should be a single row subquery or multiple row subquery. So if it is single row subquery, you can use things like greater than, equal to, and less than or equal to. But if it is a multi-row subquery, like if 4,500 is for 4 or 5 members of the table, then you're going to use operators like in, any, and all. So this is how subqueries work, and this is where we come to correlated subqueries. Everything goes the same, but we are going to classify the outer query to be outer subquery and the inner query to be inner subquery. So what I'm going to do in my correlated subquery, different from my subquery, is that I am going to add a comparison between the outer table and the inner table. So I have my outer table called employee, right? And if I use this table employee inside my inner table, then undoubtedly it is a correlated subquery. So let us now come into the questions and see how it is solved. So these are the executions which I've done on the right hand side, and I've got many errors while I'm doing that due to spelling mistakes and many other stuff, but finally copy pasted out the right thing over here. So I'm going to demonstrate it to you. The first question is, who are the members who borrowed maximum number of books? So I have three tables called student, the membership, the book, and finally I have my issue record table. So what I actually need to see is I have to mention the name of the student which is inside my student table who have borrowed maximum number of books. So I need to go to the issue record table and I need to see if all the book number is repeated more than once. If it is repeated more than once, I have to print who took the book more than once. So they have taken the maximum number of books, right? So here all the book numbers are unique. That means everyone has taken only one book and maximum number of books here taken is one. That means all the students who have taken books from the library, their name should be displayed. So what I'm going to do is select student name from student, which is a normal query, where member number is common both in student and my issue record table, right? So I say where member number in, select member number from issue record. I'm selecting member number from issue record. I'm going to group them by member number. For every member number, I'm going to see how many maximum number of books they have taken. And I'm going to see if their count is the count member number of the member number present in the issue record. So this gives me the total query for this. And the next thing, this is a complex thing in nested subquery, which you could to keep on doing the subquery thing. But here you easily do it by using correlated subquery with using group by function, right? So what you do is select student name from student, and this will be my outer function. So outer table name, I told you you will be able to use this inside my table. So I say where exists actually returns a true or false value. So here I say where select count member number from issue record. I'm going to count the member numbers, where outer dot member number, where I mean that the member number of the student should be equal to the issue record member number, member number present in the issue record. That means the student and the people who have taken the books should coincide from the student table and the issue record table, and I've grouped by member. So this is how I got my output. And my next question is, which book price is greater than the database system? Select. So I have a table called book, and as you can see, the maximum price is 600. So I say select book name from book where price is equal to, and I'm going to execute another small subquery which is going to return me a maximum price of the book. So I say select max price from book. So max price from book is 600, that is written over here, and I'm going to say select book name from book where price is equal to 600, and the book name from the table book with the price 600 is going to be Hadoop. So that is what is my output. And my next question is list down the students from other than CSE department who have borrowed the operating system book. So first thing I need to do is I need to check whether the student is from CSE department or not. And here I actually need to list out the students without the department to be CSE. So I say select student name from student where department not in CSE. This is the first way you can mention, or you can other way mention is not like, you can say not like in the single quote, you can say percentage, that is CSE. Three of the both of the things you can mention. And after that, this is my first condition. And the second condition is that they must have borrowed an operating system book. So I say member number in, and after that I execute a query where I'm going to check the member number of the issue record, and from the issue record to the book, and I'm going to check if the book name is like operating system or not. I'm using the string matching over there. My next question is who has borrowed the book with maximum price? So I do the same query from student till here, where member number, it should be present in member number of issue record. That is my first constraint, where my book number should be present in my book table, and that price should be the maximum price of the book table. So this is my fourth query. And my fifth query is going to be find the members with both a membership and book or is record. So they're going to have all of them. So I say select student from student name, which is common, where member number in. It means it should be there. In select mem number from issue record, where book number in. So these three things should be present, right? So I checked for member number, I checked for issue record, and after that I'm checking for book. So that is how my table get displayed over here. And my next question is find the number members with both membership but not in book or issue record. So what you're going to consider is membership, it should be there, and it should not be there in book and in issue record. So I'm going to say select student name from student where member number not in, it should not be present in both of them. So the keyword which I use between them should be in, because both of them shouldn't be there. So I'm including both of them and excluding both of them from the entire part. So that is what is happening. And the next question is find all the books whose cost is greater than at least one of this book in the database. So I need to find that if any of the book is greater than the price. So I say select book name from book, which is common, and after that I say where price is greater than any of prices from the book. That means it is going to take any value, it is going to return me multiple row subquery, so it is going to take any value from that. Therefore I get the values of all the books. And the next question is find all books whose cost is greater than at least the maximum cost of the books in the library. So I say select book name from book, which is common, where price is greater than the minimum price. So that is what I wanted to do. Here is a subquery which we have used again. And the next question is find the book whose cost is greater than all the books. So here I say greater than. So I need to do the maximum price. So that is what I've done here, and I've got 600, which is Hadoop. That is my answer. And my next question is, what are the students from the computers? Who are the students from computer science department who borrowed more than one book? So I say select student name from student where department like CSE, which you have discussed about. This is my first condition, and my second condition is and mem number, which is present in the student table, should also be present in the issue record table, having book numbers count to be greater than 1, and I'm grouping by member number. So that is how I execute this query. So no one has taken more than one, but they have taken only one. So that is why it gives me an output called no row selected. And the next one is who are the students from the computer science department who have borrowed more than 2 books. So I just replace that 1 by 2. So if I put it 2 over here, again it says no row selected because everyone have taken only 1 book. And the next question is how many books under the category computer have been borrowed by the students? So computer category, I have 2 books, and I'm going to check it with my table in the issue record whether those book numbers are given or not. So I say select count of book number. I just need the count from book where book number should be present in my category I've given, and I have given that it should also be present in the issue record. So whatever is not there over there is has been, whatever is there in my issue record is being borrowed. So that is what I've displayed. And the next question is, how many books under the category programming is currently available? I have to see the programming books which are not in the issue record. So that is why I use the keyword not, and the other query is the same. And for the next question, list the details like name, register number, all the things from the CSE department whose name starts with S and A. So I'm going to say select all the details. You can also use select star from student name, from student, where department like CSE, I'm going to give the pattern matching, and the student name should be present in. And I'm going to execute another subquery which says student name from student, where student name like S percentage. That means it can start with, it should start with yes, and it can be followed by anything else. And I need to also know all the students who are doing with A. So I use the word called or. And after this, my next question is list the students whose name starts with S. So for that, I just don't use that or, and I remove that A in the above table. I don't need the people whose name is starting with A. So I just say S over here. And that is how it gives me the students with name S, and here it is S, because in my table I don't have students who's having name with A. So my next question is going to be, find the number of details with membership but not in issue record. So I'm going to see select star from membership, where member number, and they've told it is not in issue record. So I'm saying not in, select member number from issue record. I'm going to select all the members who were not there in the issue record. That means the members in the library who have not issued any book till now. So this is how I've solved my questions in subqueries and correlated subqueries. Hope you're clear with the concept. Thanks for watching.